Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Cañas, switching to my radio voice. Today I have with me CJ Hutsenger, co-founder at Referral Radar. CJ, thank you for joining me today. How's it going today?
It's great. How about yourself?
I am doing fantastic. Like it is hard to explain just how well I'm doing, like on fire, just doing fantastic. I'm also a magician, which is why the fire wallet.
Yeah,
But yeah, just having a fantastic start to the week. A very exciting time in my life.
that's awesome,
Um,
man.
thank you. And it looks like on LinkedIn you are in Tennessee, not too far away from where I am in Atlanta, Georgia. So Mount Juliet, is that like Nashville area, Knoxville area, truly middle of nowhere in the mountain?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
so we're just slightly east of Nashville. So like
okay.
if you've ever flown into Nashville to the Nashville airport, if you went the opposite direction out of instead of heading into Nashville, you'd head into Mount Juliet from the
Okay.
airport. Like we're
Fan
right there.
so Nashville area, fantastic.
This for those that can see, there's like a train behind me here, like a train rail.
Uh-huh.
That train, if you get on that train rail and drive that way in 12 minutes, you'll be on Broadway downtown Nashville.
Fantastic. All, all right. And we are recording on April 7th here in Atlanta. Saturday, beautiful weekend, then Sunday and today. Well, Sunday, big storms. Today, just kind of rainy and gross. So is it spring in Nashville
Well,
now?
it was, and then we had tornadoes and stuff. I'm assuming you probably had some of that similar weather pattern. We had that
Yep.
beautiful week of tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, and then today it's like 42 degrees. Like it went from 85 to 40. So it cooled off.
42. I have not been outside today, but if it's 42, I might go back to bed.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
brutal here.
Okay, it's 61, not too bad. 61, just kind of rainy. Okay. Uh, so we always give the guest the chance to give the elevator pitch. What is Referral Radar?
Sure, absolutely. So I guess like I just to give context to your listeners, first of all, I'm first and foremost, I tell everyone I'm an insurance agency owner, first and foremost, like before anything and everything. And what Referral Radar does is it helps solve a problem for my agency and my other co-founder, Bradley Flowers, solve the problem for our agency around finding referral partners. And so our agencies are both really big in the real estate transaction space. So like anything that revolves around, mortgage lenders, real estate agents, etc. And the common thread and common problem that Bradley and I were both having is, you'd spend all this time marketing to certain, realtors or loan officers, and only to find out that like they still never send referrals. And the reason that they don't send referrals is while everyone wants to talk a big game on Instagram and Facebook and say they do all this business, the reality is that a large percentage of them don't do any kind of volume whatsoever. And so what Referral Radar was designed to do was to allow insurance agents to get essentially a scouting report on the people that they're chasing or to find new people to chase in that real estate space. So specifically lenders and real estate agents.
Okay. Okay, give me just a second. Uh, okay. Okay. So first of all, you caught me off guard when you mentioned Bradley Flowers.
Yeah,
So you guys are not the same agency. You partner together for Referral Radar.
that's correct. Mhm.
Okay. So for anybody who and I doubt this human exists, but anybody who lives under a rock and somehow listens to my show and not to the much bigger insurance guys. This is insurance guys, right?
Insurance Guys
Uh,
podcast. Yeah. That's it.
so if you listen to my show and not to the insurance guys who are like 10 times my size, and you're an insurance agent, for God's sakes, go check out the insurance guys. Absolutely fantastic show. And I'm pretty sure the largest show in our world. Like this is the largest show in insure tech, but the insurance guys, largest show in insurance, especially
That's
for
cool. Yeah,
agents.
they do okay over there.
And Bradley, if you are listening to this, I'd love to come on the show. I've been waiting for my invite for years. Yeah,
I know a guy. I know a guy. I'll make sure to pass that along to the right
perfect. All
people.
right. No, and I can't blame him. I'm not an agent, so I can't blame him for the fact that I have not been involved.
Sure.
All right, but I would love to. Okay, so scouting report. Tell me about that. So what does it look like? So if I'm an agent and I'm really going after those type of referral sources, loan and real estate agents, and yeah, everybody talks a big game on social media. Of course, they kind of have to in order to actually become a big game eventually. So what does the scouting report look like? So if I go to Referral Radar, what does it look like for me as an agent?
Yeah, sure. So we have a couple different tools there. The probably the most popular tool is we have the ability to go in and you can search any lender or real estate agent by name. So let's just say, John Smith, and we can pull his actual real-time statistics. And so what I mean by when I say statistics are we're able to see the last 14 months worth of activity, loan volume, the number of transactions that they have done, all of their contact information, what agents they work with. So like if you're looking at like say a lender for instance, we're not only going to give you the data on the lender, but we're also going to show you all the real estate agents that had deals done with that lender, all of their statistics, all the transactions, the locations, basically everything around that real estate transaction. And then from one click, we allow you to export that data directly into CRMs. So the idea would be is that you can go pre-qualify the people that you want to work with in the real estate space, and go in with one click. You can send all that into your CRM and start marketing to those people directly. And so with that data, there's a lot of things that you can do. Obviously, you can see the transactions and things like that, but like it also allows you to really drill down into what your ideal referral partner looks like, right? So as an example, if you are an agent that deals in, let's say, the private client space, right, where you're dealing with, high net worth individuals, you're able to go in and filter out any loan officers that are doing deals under certain volume, like certain loan amounts or certain, you can even do it by like loan to value, right? Go in and get those out. So that way you're finding your ideal, your ideal prospects. And so it allows you just to build up this pipeline because you have, like I said, unlimited access to all the real estate data in the country that works in all 50 states.
So I'm sitting here kind of mind blown. And by the way, for the listeners, this is the reason that I do zero prep before I record a podcast, because I like my real reactions to be caught on camera and I can't repeat those if we have a pre-conversation and then we record. Like here I am mind blown for real. How is this data publicly available? I had no idea this was a thing.
Yeah, so most of it, if you're in the real estate space, the mortgage space and the real estate space have had this for a long time. And where that data comes from is it essentially comes from several different sources, but it's aggregated together based off of like closing data, right? Who the mortgage lenders were, and as we've had gotten more and more access to data, that stuff's more readily available. This type of product has existed on the real estate and mortgage lender space for a long time. The problem is that there was never, you had to have a lender ID or an NMLS ID in order to get access to these platforms. So as insurance agents, there's only a handful of insurance agents that dabble in both, right? Mm-hmm. And so most insurance agents, this was off limits to. So that was something we were able to bring where any insurance agent can use it, and then we tailored the data to, hey, this is the stuff that insurance agents care about. These are the things that we're going to focus in on.
This is fantastic. I have never been an agent. I want to be super clear on that. I generally give that disclaimer when I do agency side interviews, but I can intuitively see how this is fantastic. Like because yeah, how else would you know, and how else could you possibly like I'm guessing that it's always been kind of a shotgun approach where you just market to all of the loan officers and real estate agents kind of in your geographic area. And it's one of those it's one of those like, I know that half my marketing spend is wasted, but I don't know which half, right?
Correct. Yeah, and you don't know which half. And the other thing, like there's a lot of angles that agents are using this tool for. And like every time I present it, like I have an agent throw a different angle at me that I'm like, I hadn't even thought of that. But like as an example, like we as agents sometimes have what we consider to be like really good referral partners, right? Like, oh, this guy is sending us, 5 deals a month. Like, that's great. We love that. But you get into the data and you see, okay, I thought this guy was sending me everything, but he's doing 20 a month. Like, where are the rest of these going? Right. And what you'll end up finding, and what I find myself is I'm like, I'm actually like the fail safe, right? They have another agent they're working with, and if that agent can't do it, I'm getting the scraps, right?
Uh-huh.
And so that changes your perception on like, hey, I'm not going to be bringing this guy like Christmas gifts and stuff, right? He's giving me I'm getting the dog's food, right? The stuff
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
push my
Absolutely.
thing. So like you can see all of that kind of data in there. You also have the ability to for me, this is probably the most effective part is there's a lot of, especially on the lender side, there's a lot of lenders that close deals in your geographic area that are not based in your geographic area, right? Like for whatever reason they're in, I'm in Nashville, they might be in Atlanta, down where you are. Whereas I would have no way to get them if I'm looking just at who I think is in my geographical region. When turns out the big gunner for my region is actually down in Atlanta, and I could market to him directly that way. So it allows you just to see that data and give you access to things you just don't have access to publicly normally.
Okay, so I can definitely see how this creates a lot of value. Uh, how expensive is it to use the system? Yeah, how what is the pricing like for
Yeah,
the agents?
yeah. We just charge a single seat price currently. It's $225 a month, obviously, but 225.
So it's not even based on usage. Basically,
Nope.
two 225 a month, and have
Have
fun,
at
have
it.
at
Yeah.
it.
Yep, have at it. So we
How,
don't have like any usage caps or anything like that. The only thing that, and for obvious reasons, like you can't go in and just like export thousands and thousands of rows of data, like we don't allow that kind of stuff. But that wouldn't, we try to teach users to use this as a tactical tool, not as a spam tool. Right.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of we try to break that down and help people understand like, hey, look, don't just go download 1,000 contacts and start hitting them. Like go in and figure out which ones are actually going to help your business or which ones have the potential to help your business most.
That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, 250 bucks. That is
Yeah.
you're
It's 225
you're you're
is what we
giving it
charge,
away.
and that's monthly, and then no subscription fee or like there's no cancellation fee. So like it's month to month.
Also, it's
Um,
not even like a 1 year commitment or anything.
No, we don't. I see. Here's the deal. Like, I'm involved with other products that like have those 1 year commitments and stuff, and like, I feel like they always end up just causing more problems than they probably
This is
retain revenue.
this is what I love about the new age, or the what I call InsurTech 2.0, or it could be 3.0, which a lot of it is agents and even carrier people who saw a real problem and then partner with a technology person to solve it, as opposed to, hey, I'm a tech guy with a cool tech toy, a cool tech hammer looking for an insurance nail, right? And,
Yeah.
so I love tools like this, built by us, by the insurance community
Right.
for us. They tend to number one, be a much better fit for the real problems we have. Number two, be much better priced, and number three, almost all of them have no BS contracts.
Yeah.
So love it, absolutely love it. How long ago did a referral radar get going?
Yeah. So like we launched. I think at the recording of this probably like 40 days ago. I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to the listeners, by the way, just so everybody knows, I don't get commission on sending business to anybody that comes on the show. I also don't charge them on the show. This is for the service to the community. So this is my real reaction. uh Chances are this price will increase. This is, and by the way, you haven't told me anything like that. This is just me going like, this would create so much value
Yeah.
that it would make sense. So, and now CJ hasn't promised that they'll grandfather you into that price forever either.
Yeah.
But basically, like, go try it out. What do you have to lose? Honestly, if you
Not
are
gonna.
if
Yeah.
you are an agent and you market to real estate agents and to loan officers, in order to get referrals, quite simply try it out. Like I just don't see a downside.
Yeah,
Like,
there's not there's also too, like if they get in there, they might ask you about this. We do have two levels. There's the 225 gets you
okay,
everything there is, and then for our super I'll call it like our super petty agents, right? The people that like the people like me that are really competitive. We also offer a $300 a month plan,
okay.
and you get to lock up your zip code.
Ooh, so for
Yes.
ooh,
So essentially with that, if you sign up and you get to pick a zip code and whatever zip code it is, no other agents with a physical location in any of those zip codes can sign up.
can, can I look it for life? Can I buy
Yeah,
a
right,
life? Can
right.
I buy my zip code for a lifetime?
Yeah,
Um, that is a really cool idea. Yeah, because the problem, like there are something like 40,000 independent agents, right? So the like the only thing that this could become a problem is a reverse network effect, basically, where everybody's using it. Let's say 5 years down the road, everybody's using it, and now basically everybody's going after the same referral sources because they're really good, and the competition, right? It becomes a moneyball issue.
correct, correct.
So yeah, being able to buy my zip code
Yeah,
sounds like a really cool idea.
yeah,
Very good. So only live for 40 days. I'm so glad that I got in front of you so quickly.
yeah.
What are the users saying? Like, what kind of feedback are you getting from the first few agents that get on it? And by the way, I don't know if you already appeared on the insurance guys to talk about it, in which case you might already have a couple thousand agents. But what are the first few agents saying? What kind of feedback are they giving you?
Let me pause for a second so you
Yeah,
can edit this. There's about to be a train past me. I
okay.
can hear it coming in the background.
I'm gonna make a note. Okay, edit at around minute 16. Train in
Okay.
background. By the way, just so you know, I cannot hear the train.
Good.
So, so either your microphone or Zoom is doing
Yeah.
a great job with killing the noise behind you. That's really cool to know. Okay.
Good. So, and that actually is good to know. All right, well, cool. If you want to count me back in, I'll start back.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of feedback are you getting from the agents that are already using it?
Yeah. So I think the overwhelming feedback that we've received so far is just um, they didn't know that this was possible.
I
Like
agree. I
we get a lot
agree.
of that. We get a lot of that, and then a lot of we're teaming up currently with some of the bigger automation platforms. Pushing basically being able to go in and find out that hey, these people that they thought were their good referral sources are or maybe aren't, and kind of some real reality shock for some, and then just having access to it. Obviously it's still a new product. I'm gonna say for most agencies it would be a game changer if they're actually gonna use it. The one thing I tell every agent that hops on here, I'm like, look, man, it's just like with all your tech stuff. Like it's sitting on the shelf doesn't do you any good.
Mm-hmm.
Use it, or I prefer you don't buy it. Like that, like I want you to use it, right? And
Use it.
so getting
Okay.
in there, coming up with a marketing plan. But so far, overwhelming positive feedback. We did a webinar. We had about 400 agents on it, I think 300 agents, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Talking about referral processes and stuff, and we're going to do some more of those in the future. So yeah, man, it's been good so far, so good. I haven't had anyone yell at me yet, so yeah.
That, that is fantastic, and I am really curious. What if they're not going to use it? Why would you rather them just not buy it?
Dude, because I mean, obviously, buy it, like that's fine, but like
Okay.
I'm an agent, man. Like that's where I start, and like I just see so many agents that they buy these tools and they have them just so that they can say they have them, but they don't actually use them. And for me, that doesn't make me feel good as a somebody selling them the tool. Like I want it to be so valuable that they're in there using it every single day, getting in there, playing around with it, you getting value from it, getting business from it, making it a an integral part of their system within their agency, right?
Okay.
And so I feel like that's how we build longtime customers. Like I
Absolutely.
said, I just prefer if somebody's going to do it, like let's use it. Let's just not put it on the shelf. Always makes me sad
All
when
right.
there's good tech and it's just sitting on the shelf somewhere.
All right. So it's a very, very new tool. Are there features that in the development pipeline that are not in the tool yet, that you haven't talked about yet, that you're excited about, and you can go ahead and talk about already?
No, not that we can really talk about. I think some of the places that we'll go in the future is some sort of data aggregation with some
Okay.
sort like X date company.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's definitely a play there to bring in. Hey, like I told you, our data has all the things around a transaction.
Mm-hmm.
We should also be able to aggregate in like, okay, here's the people that were involved in that transaction, and start getting some of that. But at the current moment, I think we've got a pretty big lift to get this thing going. So we're just gonna let it
You,
ride for a little bit and see how it goes, and then
it,
we'll
you,
continue as
you,
we need.
you know what it reminds me of, and it's a really cool thing. So I'm a gamer, and for many years I've played Worldwide Soccer Manager, which is a
Uh-huh.
very in-depth sports management game, and a lot of like recruiting and like signing contracts with 14-year-olds in abroad and
Brazil or something. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I got
exactly.
that.
It's a lot of digging into the stats and kind of building a team for the long term.
Yeah.
I also play one called football something, but basically a very similar idea, but for football, like American, like college football. Football Coach Dynasty. By the way, any gamers, Coach Dynasty on Steam is really, really good. But same story. Basically, you're running a college football team, like the management office side, and especially the recruiting. So it's all about the stats and figuring and like growing your program over time. And so this feels to me very, very similar. Like actually having the stats to know where to spend your B2B marketing money, right? The marketing money that goes to attracting and retaining referral partners. Uh, super, 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 super interesting.
We jokingly say, like internally, kind of like an internal motto has been, stop taking donuts to the wrong offices.
Yes, yes, no,
That's kind of that's kind
I,
of the like the at its core,
I,
you know.
I'm a former sales manager, or what you guys would call a marketing rep, right?
Yeah,
I was a field marketing rep for two different carriers, and yes, the reality is, yeah, I know what you write with me,
right,
but I don't know what you don't write with me,
right,
right? So
exactly, exactly.
so and that is a big that unknown is a big piece of it. Or nowadays in my recruiting firm, my number one referral source when it comes to insurance agency business is Kelly Donahue Piro at Agency Performance Partners,
Yeah, I know
right?
her.
She's fantastic and she sends me a ton of business. But the reality is like I know this is not the case. But the reality is I would have no way to know if I'm her backup plan, and I only get the really difficult agencies that didn't work out with her number one referral plan, right?
Right.
So yes, this makes intuitive sense to me, even though I've never been an agent. Love it, love it, love it. CJ, this is a really cool idea. I am so curious on the origin story. So clearly you're an agent yourself, but
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
curious how you realized that this could be done and how you and Flowers ended up partnering on making this happen.
Yeah. So, like I said, selfishly, we did it because we wanted it for us.
Of course.
Like that was the entire premise for it. Now, as far as like me, like my agency, I'm in a really hot real estate market. I always have been. Nashville has been hot for years and years and years, and so being in that real estate space, that's that origin story for me is like, hey, we've got to have this data. Bradley uses the analogy when he tells like, his version of he used to use what's called the Scotsman's Guide, and he said he went and he bought this list, and he was all excited to get it, and the only real estate or the only lender that was on the list was Scott Howell, who is his co-host on the Insurance Guys, for people that don't know, it was his best friend. So he was like, I went and I bought this list. I was so excited. There was one person, and the one person was somebody I couldn't do anything with. So the purpose of this was, hey, let's get access to everything. Let's be able to really cut through the red tape and see what's actually going on behind the scenes in these real estate transactions.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, intuitive, see the value of it. This makes so much sense. For the listeners, when this goes live, I will tag both CJ and Referral Radar on LinkedIn. So yeah, check it out. What do you have to lose? Honestly, like throw. I don't have it in front of me anymore. What is it? 280? How much is it a month for the basic membership?
225. It's not even that. 225.
Throw like honestly, like throw $225 and use it for a month or two. It should pay for itself. It really should. Like if you do something with it, it should pay for itself. So thank you so much for your time today. And you know what? Since this is very new, I look forward to have you back in a year or two to talk about how the tool has grown and the results that it has created.
That's great.
Moneyball for insurance agency referrals.
There you go.
That might be trademarked. So don't put that on the tagline, but
got it.
That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Super cool idea. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely, man. Have a good one.